Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Local Pundit. I'm Josh Anthony. This is your Wrexham reaction for match day 29. Crawley Town 1, Wrexham 2. Yes, an away win to kick off February. How about that? What a game. I had to go for a walk. I had to go for a walk. Unbelievable. In real time roller coaster ride. Elation, celebrating, going down, coming back up. I'm so full of shit. Sorry, I swore early. Never get too high, never get too low. Oh my God, I went high, I went low. There was no, I was never steady flying. There was turbulence all over the place. But guess what? You got to believe. Never leave a Wrexham game early. Says some guy, he's pretty popular out there, Mr. Rob McElhoney. Yes, our co-owner. Never leave a Wrexham game early. And you know what? We didn't. And I got to tell you, I'm so happy we got those 3 points. I am so happy we got those 3 points. What an incredible day. We don't make it easy for ourselves. We have so much class and so much heart. And whatever happened after the last loss, Parkinson looked in the mirror, put the players on there that he felt were correct. Also, did the tactics that he thought were correct. And you know what? We rode our luck at times, but I tell you, there is magic. There's a bit of magic in this team. There really is. And right now, I think we're going through an in-season transition. And I say that because the team was different. Up front was different. At the back was different. We had Mark Howard in goal, who, by the way, got to give him some credit. Not some credit. Got to give him all the credit. Last week, the young stud AO made a couple mistakes, but he's young and that'll happen. And Parkinson took it upon himself to say, hey, you know what? I'm gonna put the old ledge in there. I'm gonna put Chomp in there, and Chomp did well. And anyone saying that Chomp could have stopped that goal, you couldn't have. 9 goalkeepers in there wouldn't have got it. No way. Donnarumma, 6. Anybody couldn't have got that. It was an absolute world. To give that young man credit, who did score that goal, by the way. The goal scorer was Ibrahim. I mean, that will be goal of the month. It'll be hard to beat right there. It'll be hard to beat. But no, listen. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Thanks for coming in. Please smash a like on the video and subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the Local Pundit. We're trying to keep it mostly positive. I know, but here at the Local Pundit, we do have honest conversations. And we enjoy the wins, but we have to have honest conversations. And I understand the negativity. I understand people get into that. But listen, we have to have honest conversations. And you know what? I thought that all around the pitch there was heart, throwing ourselves all over the place. Matty James did well, and Brunt to me was man of the match. But I got to tell you, all around, I'm just so happy we went away. Crawley Town are a good side. Crawley Town are a very, very good side. There's no team. I mean, the Turd Fergusons of this league, they have quality about them. They can win games. It's a very, very tough league at the top and at the bottom because they're fighting. These are teams that have been in the League One and the championship level with good managers and good ball players. So, there's no easy games. There are no easy games. So it was a tough match. We came out of it. We got a couple black eyes, but we're good. We're still moving on. Rocky, get up. 100%. Just get up and go. But you got to believe. And I thought all in all, I'll say this too. All in all, there were some good performances out there, and unfortunately, we did not get to see enough of the strikers out there because we did sit back, and possibly just because of the tactics, what we went into, trying to preserve the point. But it is what it is, and we're here, and I still feel. And the Birmingham City supporters out there say we are no chance of catching them, and maybe we don't. But don't give up the lead yet. Second's right there. First is right there. Let's keep going. And the business that we did in the last couple of days, we still have a couple of days till the transfer window is closed. You never know what can happen. You never know what can happen. Aaron's in there, compadre. What's going on? Aaron living rent-free in my head with O'Connell in there. Rent-free, just literally rent-free all day rent-free. Major kudos to Parky for being ambitious playing the new strikers. I've been harsh if it wasn't on today. Well, he was forced into one because Mols has a shin injury. We don't know about that. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. And the Palmer thing, leave that out to the rumor sphere. Okay. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen, but we'll just leave that. There's still a couple of days left. But anyways, it was a great day. Glenda Bursey, awesome. Dan Moore's also in the house. Chicky Brewer's here. My Chicky Brewer, how are you? Hope you're well. And it's all good. Do we want to get into? So I got 2 interviews here lined up. I got Phil Parkinson. I got Elliot Lee. We'll get into those real quick. But the standings as such. Here is the table. Here is the table. Here's the table right there. Birmingham City 63. They won today. Good job on them. Wycombe Wanderers drew today, 59 points. Wrexham, 20 played 29 games too, 55 points right there. And Stockport County, 55 points. They're a good side. Huddersfield Town lost today. Big loss today. Leyton Orient, 44, Charlton Athletic. So, there's a little bit of gap coming in there. A lot of 44s on there. Go play that lottery number. But I'll tell you right now, it's 3 into 2. It's 3 into 2. 100%. It's 3 into 2. And the best quality 2 teams throughout the season have been Birmingham City, Wycombe Wanderers. 100% sure. 100% of it. Also, when the F are Birmingham City going to ever make up these games? So someone tell me when they're going to make up these games. I don't know. Please just drop the points if you can. John's in the chat. I see him in there. Just drop the points if we can. But Wycombe Wanderers are starting to drop points too. But that's what we're looking at right now. It's 2 into 1, really. Oh, get out of here. John's living rent free today too. I love it. Give us an update in the chat of how you guys went on here. I credit you. Parker deserves this high five. Just give him the high five. That's fine. That's good. And that's totally fine. Congratulations at John Merrill. Says, see, look at that. How you doing, Kelly Davis? All right. Should we do the interview? Let's do the interview. We'll start with Phil Parkinson because I, as always, here on the Local Pundit, I watch it with you first. We have an honest reaction because it is the Wrexham reaction, and it's good. It's good time. Let's see what the gaffer has to say.
I'd imagine there were a lot of emotions that you went through in those final few minutes, but just how do you sum up that 95 minutes in the end?
Well, I mean, we've got a brilliant start and reasonably happy first half. Second half, we restricted them to very little, but we didn't pass it as well as we would have liked. But equally, I never felt threatened by them, and I thought the structure and what we'd asked the lads to put in place today was there. Just a bit of quality at times, a bit of calmness to take this thing out of the game was probably needed. But in saying that, we restricted them to very little, and then a goal, which the lad will probably never score a goal like that in his career, gets them back in the game. And then we responded brilliantly with a great goal, just more or less what I'm referring to. Again, a couple of passes in that midfield. We switched the play, Dobbo into Fletch. Fletch sets it to Ryan Longman, and it's a brilliant cross. And Elliot, does what he's done so many times for us, produces a key moment, and he arrives to finish it with a really, really good header. So it's an important win for us. It was hard fought. We were knocked on Tuesday after the defeat. We've had a hectic few days. We've put 2 new lads in the team who've been up to the early hours of the morning on Thursday with the medical, then travelled down here with us. So a huge lift for us to get 2 new signings in, and today is a very important win for us. You spoke
big on him too. Very honest assessment there. After a loss, you always want to get back on the pitch and get the W. Okay, and Tuesday's game was embarrassing. Sorry, I don't care what anyone says. It's absolutely embarrassing. It wasn't good enough. Not for the quality of the team, of the players we have, and for him, and it wasn't acceptable. And he did make changes, and there was him starting the 2 strikers. Awesome. Smith. We'll talk about get deeper into Smith and J-Rod are good. They're good players. And yes, PC Scuba. Yes, Josh, question mark. Why? That is a good starting striker combination. I would swap JM in there if need to be at some time, and he looked good right there too. But the midfield was pretty much non-existent. Although Dobson, who was awesome in the midfield, we didn't use them appropriately. You see the quality of player when the quality of style of play when we go and actually move the ball around. Great. We put shifts in. The amount of times when they had shots and we put our bodies on the line, Brunty, my man of the match for me, awesome. Okay. Awesome. There's some holes there, which we'll talk about. I think flat out, and I said it on the live watch along, go back and watch it. Brunt is our best defender all around, hands down. Don't care. I'll argue that with anybody. Okay. Ask the question, brother. Hopefully it's okay. But anyways, up and down the pitch, we put in effort. We showed today what we're about. We showed today what the badge meant to the players. And if it doesn't mean if it doesn't mean to those players, the badge doesn't mean anything to them, then you know what? They can walk or they can sit. And unfortunately, sadly, that might be happening. That might be happening. But the players on the pitch today, regardless of what we feel about tactics or pushing forward or whatever it is, sitting back or not going forward or whatever it is, the passing wasn't great, whatever. It doesn't matter. They're out there fighting for the badge. And that's just as important as the 3 points, because it'll lead to this. It will lead to positives on the pitch for us. And that's what Parkinson wants. And that's why, you know, people have bad games. Guys have bad games. Guys and gals have bad days. You know, I have bad days. I mean, I have more good days than bad days, which is great. But we have more good days than bad days. And I think coming off that loss, he wanted to see a reaction, and he did. And he really did. I think he's getting used to his new players, his new toys. I'll say his new offense. You know, we have a whole new up front. Mullen, you know, hasn't unfortunately kicked on this year. It's fine. He come off a major injury, but you know, you having Rathbone in there and having Barney bombing up, but getting double teamed. Longman, who he, you know, had a brilliant cross today. He's still getting used to his new players. So we'll give him time. But I'll tell you, this was about fighting for the badge. This was about what you wear on your chest, what you have when the chips are down. And they scored a late goal. What time was that goal? I mean, what time is that goal that they scored? Here's 90 minutes, and we scored in 95. I mean, you don't write that. Holy God, you don't write that. I mean, that is just, you know, you watch it. And by the way, fair play to shout out to Racecourse Ramble for clipping up myself and Red Horde going through the emotions. If you're not following Red Horde and you're not following Racecourse Ramble and all the other good podcasts, Two Beards, everybody go watch it. But Matt clipped up basically just my own misery and happiness. So awesome like that. Good dude out there. So it's a lot of fun. But anyways, as I digress, let's talk about the
importance.
Hold on. Are there 3 interviews? Hold on 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. Are there 3? I think there's 3 interviews. And if there are, I just want to look it up real quick. I apologize. Touching buttons here. You know how we do here. There is. It's a Sam Smith interview. Sorry about that. I do want to get that interview up
Do you
too.
think traditional gel polish is good?
1 second. There are 3 interviews. Awesome. This makes
Congratulations.
There we go. There's 3 interviews. I just want to get them set up for everybody so we don't have any commercials. Live show. It's okay. We shoot the rehearsal here. Okay, back to Parkinson. Hey, Kelly Davidson, how are you?
Of the reaction, the importance of a bit of reflection. When you've gone through that period of time to get a goal so late on, is there a certain level of pride you can take in a team sticking together and really going at it until the final whistle?
Yeah, I think we've always been about the squad and the group togetherness, and I think that is going to be key from now to the end of the season. It always is, but we've always been about that. And you know, Ryan Longman's come on and produced a great cross deflector, an unbelievable cross for Elliot. And Elliot has come on and just gave us a little spark when we needed it.
Where did Elliot Lee play today? Aaron and I talked afterwards. Elliot Lee played in the midfield and got into his normal position of coming in late and scoring a goal. That's where he needs to be playing. And you know what? He will be playing back there because we have 2 proper strikers up front.
And, you know, that's what the game's all about. There's always players going to be disappointed when they're not in the team or not on the bench. But it's now about just the togetherness of the group. And, yeah, it was a massive moment for us today when we got that winner.
And as you spoke about previously, 2 new signings. How did you reflect on the performances of Sam and Jay?
Which is awesome right there too. We need to talk about Ryan Longman too. He's a winger. He's not a wingback. He got rinsed a couple times there. He's a winger.
Yeah, good. I mean, it was always a kind of big ask for him today because we've thrown him straight in the team with very little preparation time, and obviously they both had a very hectic day on Thursday. But yeah, no, they slotted in well, and now gives us the opportunity to work with them on the training pitch and integrate him into the side. But you know, one thing for sure, you know, they both worked hard for the team, and Sam's had a couple of chances. Jay's had a great chance. The keeper's made a good save. Yeah, so we're very pleased with them, and they're going to be 2 key signings for us.
Phil.
Awesome. A great assessment there too. And, you know, honest assessment too. And I'm talking about the strikers real quick, throwing them in there. Quality. When you have quality players, you want to get them in the side. And he showed that. I think I don't know for sure. I think there's other things going on behind the scenes. Okay, so there you go. Aaron, if you want to pop in, just let me know. Just pop in. Just pop in, and if you're around, happy to do so. Yeah, I want to say, people want to say it was brave to put the 2 signings in. Okay, it was the right thing to do, considering the fact that Mullen was unfit, a shin injury. Okay, Palmer, leave that to the side. Okay, I'm just going to say that these are quality players. Smith, one headers. You could see the difference in the style of play. Also, too, there was a lot of one-touch football at the beginning of the game. You could see that style of play. They're also trying to work together, trying to impress each other. When you could see that they want to work together. You could see that they want to go out and have the passages of play and kind of like be there for each other. Not that the other guys didn't, but maybe they just don't have the quality to do so. You saw that one touch over the top that Rathbone did to Smith, cut back in, Matty James coming in, bang, back of the net. Okay. The goal that Sam almost scored, cutting in, good save by their keeper, who did a good job today. By the way, their keeper was very good. FYI, things like that. You could see the different qualities that are there. Then I think once we get them on the training pitch and once we get them out and doing their thing, I think they'll start to learn. That's what I'm saying. We're kind of going through this transition right now, which is really strange to say mid-season through January, because these players are in the process of learning how to come into Wrexham, learning how to come into play. J-Rod's going to be a player. He's 35 years old, but I didn't see any signs of him slowing down. I think Parkinson's signing players for, can he play 65 minutes and he can play 30 minutes? I know that sounds weird, but that might be it. That they just need, there you go. They just need time to play together. They absolutely do. And cohesive team. And we did get out of jail. We took the keys away. We got out of jail today. We did. Don't call it what it is. It's brilliant. It's brilliant to get all 3 points, but we got out of jail today, and I don't give a shit. I don't. But I'll tell you one thing: Parkinson has his style of play, but we have better players out there on the pitch that he signed to do different, to be more progressive. I'll leave that there, and we can come to those conclusions and do those deep dives down the road. But I'll tell you right now, they fought today. They fought back, and you give up a worldy goal in the 90th minute like that, right? And granted, I think we were sitting too deep, and shoulders drop, your head's down. That didn't happen. Ryan Longman, who's played all of 12 minutes for Wrexham, comes in and knocks a brilliant ball to the back stick for Elliot Lee to come up. Awesome. That's magic. That's magic. And Aaron is going to come in. He, like I said, he come in whenever you're ready, brother. I'll make you bigger. I'll make you bigger.
There we go.
Living rent free. Right. Rent free
in your head. I was loving it.
Yeah, loving it.
I was loving life.
I know. How you doing, man?
Fantastic. I mean, I know it's frustrating at times, but God, what a game. What an awesome game. Awesome.
It's League One. This is League. We're in League One. This is amazing.
Dude, tell me that goal that they scored, goal of the season.
You think?
I mean, that thing was unbelievable. That ball, there's one view where they're behind him, and you watch that ball just dip under the top corner. Just beautiful. God, it was awesome.
It was perfect form. Chest sit down. And just
boom.
Yeah. And it was absolutely brilliant. I loved it. Gordon, by the way, the watch along has almost 1,000 views. That's awesome. No, it's all because of you all, by the way. But you're right. Nothing he can do. Chomp, I do not hold him accountable for that one at all. No way. No way. And honestly, I won't even hold O'Connell accountable. I won't. By the way, great Wrexham time. You guys did a great job. Great call and show. Gordon Grola. That's love the effort for Rathbone. It's every day, and the other players have to try and match his effort. Well, Dobson, I think him and Dobson really crushed the midfield. Although offensively, I don't think we had much movement, but defensively, those guys are solid.
Yeah, they played their tails off today. Both of them did. Rathbone, he's always big effort guy. Those are the types of midfielders Parky loves. He loves just motor guys that are just go, 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 go.
Yeah.
You're John. You're in the mud. You almost.
You're so in the mud.
I'll tell you what, John they escaped one today.
They did.
I thought for sure. I thought Rotherham had him. I was watching. I saw that score go 1-0 to Rotherham. I was like, "Oh yes."
This skid marks, Turd Ferguson, aka Birmingham, right there. I love it.
I love it. I was getting excited, and of course they managed to pull it out.
Anything you want to pull out of that Parkinson interview?
No, I was pretty much what I thought he said. I thought he'd say basically that. I can't remember if it was on the show or if it was after the show. Me and Patty were talking, and I said I think Parkinson will say the same thing. He'll say that we started great.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't go so well through the middle of the game, and then when we needed to turn it on at the end, we did. That's basically what he said. He said it was the passing. We were just missing some passes that that he thought we could have gotten, could have played a little better. But it was always going to be that kind of game. It's not surprising that's the way the game went. Is it? I mean, obviously you don't expect a last minute winner, but it's still. I thought they'd have all the ball and we would defend and hit them on the counter, and pretty much what happened.
Pretty much what happened. I mean, but you write that script, like it didn't happen. 91st minute, 95th minute. Come on, you know what I mean? Like it's just I can't take it. I can't take it.
Fucking John Merrill here. He's killing me.
Oh, what's it? John, if you're about, you can come in for Wrexham Reaction. We'll let you come in. We'll let you come in. All right, we have another interview here for Big L. You want Elliot Lee or you want Sam Smith next? What do you want to say?
Go for it. I'm easy. Whatever. I'm just here to look good. I'm just here to look pretty.
Yeah. Well, what's going on with the background? Where's the missus hasn't finished it yet?
She's still. She wants to. I think she wants to restart. She wants to do it over. She's not happy with it.
So now you just threw her under the bus. Okay, Aaron just went on live television and said,
"You asked." She said she wanted. She's not happy with it. She wants to redo it. So
okay, all right, fair enough. I didn't listen. I didn't say it. He said it. All right, let's go to Sam Smith right now because I want to say Big L for last. How's that? Let's see what Sam Smith. Okay. But there we go. All right, here we go.
Sam, congratulations on your debut. A very, very late win. How do you reflect on that match?
Yeah, I'm delighted. Obviously, we were trying to control the game at 1-0. We scored an early goal and tried to ride it out. They scored an unbelievable goal, which obviously isn't ideal, but credit to Elliot, he's come on and scored the winner, and that's what we need when we're fortunate to have such a big squad, and we need everyone, and we've got so much talent here, and yeah, delighted with the win.
It's never easy for a new song.
What do you think of his debut for him?
I thought he was fantastic.
Me too.
I thought he was great.
I had the thing.
He won all the headers. He's so much faster than anybody else we had up there.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna be a big difference for us.
So he won a lot of headers. You know what else he did too? I don't know if you saw this, and you know this, like in sports of just like using your body, letting someone else come up, backed off a little bit, let the ball fall down. Interesting enough, it was very, very interesting how he played. I like, and J-Rod. I know you like J-Rod too. J-Rod looked good too.
Yeah, I thought he looked good. I think if this is how we're gonna do it, and he's gonna play, that is basically he's just a 1-for-1 Palmer replacement. He's just a better player. It's just a smarter footballer at that position.
We'll go back to the interview. I like that. You think Palmer put the jersey on again? I don't think so.
I have a hard time seeing him get back in the squad. Even if he stays, I have a hard time seeing him get back in the squad.
Yep.
I mean, who's he better than out of that group?
I plead the fifth. Can I plead the fifth? Am I on the show?
Yeah, I don't.
Is that allowed?
I don't know.
He's better. He's better than. Okay, he's better than Howard as a striker.
Jesus, I mean, I don't know. Howard scored goals in the TST.
TST. There you go. Steve Barton, big $5 super chat. Thank you, brother. How about that? Absolutely. Absolutely. And Sean says, Josh, can you wear heart monitor and show it live? No, I'm 45 years old. Try to put me in the ground early. Oh my days. Yeah, we're not doing that. God.
I thought you're gonna keel over on us when that legal went in.
I got mad. I was like, went through, I went all through this. I actually called and I did apologize to Aaron. I was like, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I'm such an idiot. Oh man. All right, here we go. Here we go. Let's finish this. Let's finish up this Samson. But I really like having him. I'm sorry, Redding. I apologize, but I'm sorry.
And to come straight into the side, especially after a very hectic last sort of 28, 24, 48 hours for yourself. How did you find the experience?
Yeah, it's obviously difficult building relationships and learning a new style of play. And how quick the turnaround, it's been a bit of a whirlwind really, but delighted to be here and to start and put a shift in is what I tried to do.
And obviously, you won't
just answer. I don't think he looks. I think he looks. I don't think
he looks exhausted. He looks tired.
Yeah, I think he's. I mean, I think that's a mental tiredness, right? I don't think he looks exhausted. Right?
He probably has he's probably had a long couple of days getting all that done. And sound like Parky was saying they were. It was late. It was late at night, and they were getting their medicals done. So it was. Yeah, he's probably had a long couple of days.
Yeah, probably a long couple of days too. I mean, also getting in. Also, let's put it this way: you don't know personalities of people as well. Stepping into, stepping into the Wrexham team and trying not to be like a big time Charlie. It's got to be something too. So he seems humble to me. That's what I get out of it. Does that sound right? I mean, I don't know. Hey, Jeff Davies, how are you? Yeah. I think he seems humble. Sarah Pritchard, by the way, says, joining late, Smith is fantastic. Have heard Smith refer to being the team as a project. Aaron? Project? What kind of project?
I mean, a project to go up to the championship.
No,
that's the project.
I haven't heard that. That's a good project. I love that project. Sign me up. All my parents do it the night before for me too. I want that project. Yeah.
You've been here a short period of time, but how have you reflected on it and how have you felt representing the club so far?
Yeah, it's an honour to be here and be a part of the project. And I think
I always spit out my water. Oh my! I always spit out my water.
As soon as I got here and the game was so quick, all focus was on that and getting the 3 points. So that's what we've done today. It wasn't the prettiest, but job done.
And just finally, Sam.
Ooh, what do you make of that?
I mean, it wasn't pretty. I mean, I think Parky would agree with that, but it wasn't pretty. But we got the job done.
I mean, it wasn't pretty. He just said. He just said it wasn't pretty. It wasn't pretty. Holy God. Wayne says, I think he doesn't feel comfortable in front of the camera. Not everyone is. I mean, this isn't. I mean, I'm not uncomfortable in front of the. That's foolish. I mean, I just shoot the rehearsal, But I'm sure he's media trained. Redding, obviously, he's 26 years old. He's been there, but you don't know what kind of guy he is. I like this one right here. Shay Daddy says Sam Smith looks like an all business type of dude. So I respect that. Yeah, he'll score goals. He's going to score goals. Yeah. Oh yeah. By the way, do your sons like the new signings or no?
Yeah, they're excited. They're excited. We were watching. They were sitting up with me last night watching videos of goals and everything else. They're pretty excited.
Yeah, I like it. Good. All right.
Coming straight into it, a late winner in those sort of circumstances, that must be one of the best feelings you can get as a new player to a football club, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I think everyone in the bench, in the squad, and everyone, all the staff, everyone, the fans, you could see what it means to everyone, and it's a massive win and a massive goal, and we've got to keep building on that. I
mean, we'll take it. I mean, he didn't give much away. We didn't give much away, but there you go. But John Merrill, the journeyman, the 24-year-old journeyman, Longman, the journeyman. What do you? We get to the last one here too. I loved him. I think Smith. I don't even. I loved the difference up top. I loved it.
Yeah. It was totally just think. And the longer they play together, the better it's going to get.
Yeah, he played 77 minutes. Rodriguez played 70 minutes today.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that's going to be what we're doing? You think that's it?
Yeah, it's interesting. It'll be interesting to see going forward how Parkey uses his subs with those guys.
Yeah.
Is it going to be will he bring in Marriott for Rodriguez and play Marriott and Smith together some? Or will it be a Fletcher Rodriguez swap and then Marriott for Smith swap? You know what I mean? It'd be interesting to see how that goes.
Well, I think
because today I think it was Fletcher for Rodriguez first.
Yeah.
And then Marriott came on for Smith a little later on.
Yeah, he's got a combo in his head. We've seen it before. We know we have a combo in there too. I mean, if Mulls is fit, does he fit into this equation?
I think he can. I mean, he's a rotation piece. But
I can't believe we're saying that. I'm just saying.
I know. It's wild. But it's true. I mean, realistically.
Yeah.
Right now, I mean, it just is what it is. You know what I mean?
I know. It is what it is. I mean, you sign a 26-year-old player that scored the 4th in the league, 11 goals so far. I mean, you know what I mean? It's like he's, the project thing. I think it's just a figure of speech in my opinion. Feels nice to have Fletcher. Feels nice to have Fletcher, Rodriguez, and Smith up front. Bonus to have Marriott as well. I think Marriott's going to be the starter with Smith. I think.
What? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what Parkey thinks. I mean, I would like that. I thought that's what we were going to get, but then the whole adding Rodriguez into the situation kind of changed things a little. So I'm not sure if that's what we're going to get.
Brian, I'm gonna tag that one to come back to it, but we will be doing deep dives on who will play against Port Vale because that's going to be interesting. And then the new signings have injected pace and can't wait going forward. Going forward. The team will improve immensely. I don't know what that means. Can you define?
I think he's just saying he injected pace into the team, and going forward. We'll improve.
Yeah, we will. I think so too. There was good signs there for sure. John Merrill, Scott Josh, you doing a watch along for the Arsenal game? Arsenal. No, I am not tomorrow. I'm not. But I cannot watch Arsenal. The people I can't do it. But we'll talk. We'll talk for sure. Take on John. We'll see you on Monday possibly. All right, we got one more interview here too, and then we could just kick the tires there too. The goal scorer. The goal scorer.
A dramatic winner and a dramatic end to the game. How are you feeling right now?
Yes, it's an incredible feeling. It always is when you score, but to score in the last minute and a winner for the whole team, it's brilliant. And I think we deserved it on the whole for the game today. That's a brilliant out there. And if it wasn't for a worldie goal from there, lad, I think we would have taken the points home 1-0. But incredible feeling to score right at the end and really delighted to take 3 points.
He seems genuinely happy.
Yeah.
Right?
He's happy. Yeah.
He seems genuinely happy.
Well, you got to think. Here's the thing. He's not stupid either. He knows he shouldn't be playing up top.
Yeah.
And so you got to think he's beating on Parkey's door too. Like, what are we doing? Get me out of here.
Yeah.
So I think what we're seeing there was the relief for him.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I'm not up top anymore.
I'm not up top anymore. I'm playing in my position. I'm doing my thing. How many? He's got 6 goals, whatever, too. By the way,
No, that'll be. I think today was his 7th.
7th. Okay, good.
So he's our leading scorer right now.
Did he pass Max?
I believe so. Let me double check that, but I think that's right.
We'll get those stats after you threw your wife under the bus about redoing her thing. It's good to see Lee smiling again. I love Eric. It's good to see Lee smiling again. Absolutely, I totally agree. And let me see. Lee scoring from the 8, says Bruce. It's like coming home again. Is that me or you? I think it's me. Is that you? I don't know. It's probably you. Okay, let's get back into it. Hey, Hip Karma, are you awake? You are awake. Normally we do a Hip Karma call in. If she wants to come in, or Kelly or anybody, just let me know. We can have that in. Because
Lee's our top scorer, and then we've got Max on 6. Lee's on 7. Max is on 6. Fletcher's on 6, and then Marriott's on 5.
Okay, that is insane. That is insane. All right, let's bring up this rest of the Elliot. He does look happy though, and it's good. It's good for the team.
And obviously the manager spoke about the importance of a reaction. Just how important was it that no matter what the time, you came up with something, no matter what it was?
Yeah, I think you know this group, there's always a reaction. We're obviously disappointed with the result in midweek and some of the other results, especially Shrewsbury. So we've all been chomping at the bit to put things right. And even at the end, the guy scores a worldie, and I look around, and there's just a feeling that sometimes we do it at Wrexham, we do it here, and it proved again today. And it's a credit to the group in there. It's fed down from the staff to the boys. We're a tight-knit bunch, and we never give up, and it's proved again today.
And for you on a personal note, obviously you're one of.
But he just called out the Shrewsbury one. Here you go. She'll drop this interview for Hip Karma. Here you go, Hip Karma. If you want to pop in and say hi. He brought up the Shrewsbury game. He brought the Shrewsbury game up. That's interesting. That's in their craw.
Yeah, they weren't happy with it.
They weren't happy with it. Yeah, they weren't happy with it. But it's good to see him smiling again. I got a couple more minutes here of this. One more minute of this interview.
The longest serving players of this project right now. How much does it mean to you to then go and score such an important goal in front of that travelling support, knowing how far they've travelled and just how much they've backed you?
Yeah, it means everything. As I said, it's the best feeling you can have. I probably won't sleep tonight. It's just one of them. You get on such a high. It's incredible. It's an incredible feeling to score for this club anyway. But to score in the last minute in front of your away fans and celebrate with all the boys like that, I love the lads in there. I love the team. And yeah, it's a feeling you can't beat. It's just one. If you could bottle it up, you would. But unbelievable feeling, and just delighted for everyone to get the 3 points today.
Just finally looking ahead, you've got a lot of away trips still to follow in the next month.
February's huge.
How important is that team spirit and that character as we look ahead?
Yeah, of course. That's probably been, it has been our strongest thing we've had since the 2.5, 3 years I've been here. It's how close the staff are, the boys are. We're all so close together, and we're bringing in new lads now and really good players, and they're all buying into it as well. Great characters, great lads who want to work hard and do well for this club, and we're all striving for the same goal. And hopefully, if we all stick together and keep what we've got in there and really keep improving day in, day out, hopefully we can achieve that at the end of the season.
Lovely interview. I like what he's saying there. Anything you want to pick out of that? I'm also going to bring Hip Karma as we do it. Oh yeah.
No, it's just good. You can just tell he's happy, and that's all that matters.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's all that really matters too. Hip Karma is awake. Welcome.
I am awake. Hello.
Yeah.
I've got the phones in. Is it echoing or is it working well?
I'm fine on my end. Yeah.
Yeah, you're good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So good to see you. Much more relaxed, Josh. Calmer now.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
I swear you would have thrown the chair at the end of that match. It was so close. Like you threw the hat, and I thought, is he going to pick the chair up? Look out.
I was telling him earlier. He called me earlier, and we were talking. I said, you talked yourself into a frenzy. That whole match, you just it kept building. It kept building it up until their goal. It's like a volcanic eruption.
I tried.
I swear he's worse than I am on caffeine. It's like he's up. Life is happening. Life is good. Life is awesome. We've scored in 2 minutes. Maddie James, awesome. Oh, down. And then there was this pit, there was this dive, and I thought, oh no.
He's crashing.
He is. He's crashing. But one of the things that really excited me was, Parky took the chance and put them both in, and they gave it. It was clear they gave it everything that they had. And they did it with less than 36 hours in the club.
Oh, yeah.
Really. It felt disjointed. It was. They have
Mm.
spent one training session with a team, and
Yeah.
yet they still managed to come out and do what they did. So I think it speaks volumes to how much more talent we have on the field. Give them a little time to train with the team, give them a little more time playing in match, and they're just going to lift us. And look, you could see Lee back being in his spiritual home. He was lifted.
Yeah, he was.
Did his sneaky big L thing. I'll just duck through you guys, and here I am, suckered.
Yeah, he did a great job. I love it. Steve Barton with the big super chat. Thank you, Steve. Town is going up, triple exclamation point. I like it. I like the positivity.
I like the sounds of that.
Yeah, I like it. Steve Barton, thank you for that super chat. Always an absolute ledge. And then Kelly Davidson, and then I started deleting comments from the chat because I'm like, I only deleted one. I deleted it from Aaron. I deleted one from Aaron. I was so mad. Rent free. He was living rent free. Oh man, I like it. Anything from those interviews, Aaron, and you want to pull out from there? I know Hip Karma just came in, or just anybody.
No, not really. Going off what Hip Karma was just saying about they were just into the team, so it is going to look a little disjointed. And the good news is next Saturday, our game is we don't have a game. It was supposed to be Leyton Orient. That game got pushed because they have an FA Cup match. So we've got 2 weeks basically. We got the Port Vale game, but I'm not convinced any of the starters will play, or not many of the starters will play that match. So we'll have a couple weeks before Northampton. To get some, get some practice under their belts and with the team, and get a little more togetherness, I guess.
And Northampton won today. They beat Huddersfield Town. They beat Huddersfield Town.
Yeah. It's a big one. What the hell happened? What's happened to Huddersfield? They've dropped 3 in a row, I think.
They've dropped 3 in the bounce.
Yeah. 3 in a row, which, I mean, Bolton, okay, it happens. Birmingham, okay, it happens. But both those games were at home. And then they went away to Northampton today and got beat 3-2. And they were down 3-0 in that game.
Oh,
they scored the 2 late. So they were down 3-0.
They went total Turd Ferguson right there.
I mean, their fans can't be happy.
Hip Karma, new signings coming in up top. What do you got? How you think? What do you think? How you feel?
I'm excited about it. And can I just say congratulations to all of the people who voted on the Discord for the mystery striker in our Who's Coming In poll, because
I didn't know what this.
Look, we have history of having something up our sleeves that gets pulled out that is just nowhere on the rumor mill. And yet again, we did it. And to pull out someone from the Prem with significant Prem experience as well as Championship experience is awesome. I think it's great. The other thing I'd like to say is, and I refer back to Bruce McFarlane's comment that was just up, Town away. We won away.
Yeah, we did.
Not only did they come in 36 hours, but we won away. And so for me, this bodes well for the amount of away games that we've got the rest of this month.
Oh, the whole of February is away, completely away. Which is great. But we're gonna there's gonna be a debut coming in right now. Brian Smith, if you're ready, give me the thumbs up. Come on in. Well, I'm gonna give him up anyways. There you go. How's that? Shoot the rehearsal. There you go. All right, welcome in. You've been in the chat a bunch. You're on, and welcome in.
Yeah, thanks. I just wanted to say some things as far as what I saw between the first half and the second half. And one was the energy in the first half. And, she's absolutely right. Within 36 hours, one practice, one viewing of what's going on with the team. And what we see from this fresh blood is just that amount of energy. And you see that championship level playing style of, hey, we can just come in and immediately make a difference, right?
Yeah.
So that's a quality difference in player of just being able to come in, get into position, being told what to do, and immediately look at the person across from you and understand what their role and what they're doing is, right? So we're only going to see the plus from there. And if we look at the stats from possession, there wasn't too much of a difference between the first half and the second half as far as possession, but the energy changed. And that didn't make sense to me because in the first half, we were that immediate threat of, hey, if we get that ball, we can immediately take it to the opposite end of the field and we can score that ball. That threat was taken away in the second half, which gave them the confidence to push up on us, right? So we can't really look at the possession battle because really it was kind of the same in both halves, but the mentality and the tactics changed between the first half and the second half. And it's like, even though we didn't have the ball as much in the first half, they were scared. They weren't really doing anything with the ball. They were keeping it in their backfield. They weren't pushing up on us. They were just trying to work the field in a way to where they could get holes, but they weren't really getting any shots on goal. They weren't getting any good looks. And yeah, they got that screamer in the second half, that world-class shot.
Yep.
But they were able to get it into the box so much in the second half when Parkey decided to park the bus that I think that's where a lot of us are frustrated in seeing. It's like, yeah, we didn't have that possession as much in the first half, but when we did have possession, how many times did we run off with that ball? I mean, we could have easily been up 3-0 in the first half.
I think that's,
I mean, a couple of those shots, if the goalies goes this way as far as that way, I mean, they were there. You know what I mean? So I think that's where some of my frustration of like what's going on in the locker room of getting scared is like, I don't feel like there was any reason to be scared at all. We were completely in control of that game. We may not have had the ball the entire time in the first half, but we were in control of that game. Period. They were scared. And then that fear was taken away when we decided to sit in the backfield and we're just like, okay, we got this. They're not going to score on. No, keep hammering it down their throat, make them scared, keep their people on the back end because they know that that we've got strikers that can outrun theirs. And that's what frustrated me. When that goal came in the 90th minute, I was like, that should not have even happened, because if we were to just step on their throat the whole game and go, I would have been happy with a 1-0 win.
Well, I think
but
I
they
have
would
1-0
not have had that opportunity in the second half.
Yep. I have a 1-0 win. Everything. And if you want to take that on, Aaron, because you're a little more technically sound than I am.
No, I mean, I don't disagree with what he's saying. I mean, it was definitely, it was definitely. See, that's the thing. We don't. It's really it's a tempo thing. It's just a tempo thing, and it's can we keep our tempo up a whole game? I don't know that we could have held the tempo we had in the first 10 minutes for an entire game. I do think what happens is the boy, and you'll get this from Parker. You'll hear him say it, and he'll talk about it in his interviews. He'll say, we thought we lacked a little quality, lacked a little tempo, and all he's saying is he's not asking them to do anything differently. It's just they get settled into on the pitch. They get settled into when the pressure's coming, and they let it come onto them. I don't think it's necessarily the Parkey saying, "Hey, go out there and sit deep and let them come onto us." I think it's just natural in the game, and so it's trying to get them to turn that tempo back up and get back going forward. And so I think that's when he likes to bring on his subs and like to say the 70th minute, and he'll bring on a few fresh legs. And a lot of times that does kick the tempo back up. Today it didn't as much. I noted. I mean, I didn't think we still sat deep even when we did make it, because I actually thought when we made those changes we would start pushing up a little more when Marriott came on. But even because he's got speed, even when we brought Marriott on, it was still sitting deep. Here's my theory on it. This is just a theory. I could be completely wrong.
You told me it was absolute truth. You don't Bigfoot us. You said it was the absolute truth.
No, this is what I think. This I think is a problem. not a problem, but I think this is part of it. I think playing Dobson and Dobson in a forward position, him and James at the same time, is very defensive that's a very defensive midfield. So I think that is part of the problem. Now he works his tail off. Okay, Dobson does, but he's not an attacking player. So I think when you play those two together in the midfield, it's always going to tend to be a little more defensive. And so I think today the way Crawley played, because their whole game plan is we will hold the ball all game and take a 0-0. I mean, that's how they play. Like they will hold the ball all game and take a 0-0. They will pass the ball around at the back and not do anything attacking wise. They had one shot on target and it was the goal. It was a wonder goal. I mean,
yeah,
it's unbelievable. Nobody's saving that. So obviously, had that not happened, they would not have scored. They had nothing on target. They had shots, but nothing really
they weren't
threatening.
They actually weren't threatening.
Not really. There was a couple that were maybe, but nothing real super threatening, I thought. So it's a tempo thing. I think it's a players. I think I would like to see, and I said this, I've been saying this last week, I'd like to see Lee and Rathbone together in the midfield. I think that's an attack. I think that is an attacking midfield with those two within, and then you put Dobson or James behind them. I think that's a midfield that'll get a little more attacking out of it. So that
I agree with you. Like when they were doing the subs, and I was like, okay, here we go again. Right, here comes round 2 of counterattack. But
it never came.
The way that they played, you're right, they do soak up that pressure. But what the annoying it just drives me crazy, because the counterattack completely stops. When they got that 1-0, and it was about what 25 minutes in the first half, that counterattack I felt like just stopped. And I feel there's such a difference, and I'm excited for like this new blood to be coming in. I mean, we've got these fitter players coming in from the championship. It's extremely exciting. I really feel like if we would have just taken 2 or 3 counterattacks in between that, just to keep that in the back of their mind of, hey, we've got to keep 1 or 2 people back, because if we don't, they're going to come. Then I think that, because there was a couple times that they did have it in the box that I kind of tightened up a little bit, watching it. I was just like, oh God, here we go. But for me, I just really feel like if we'd have kept the counterattack as opposed to fully parking the bus, then that threat wouldn't have even been there. Because that mentality, their confidence completely changed in the half, of just like, okay, well, they're just going to sit back, so we're just going to bring it up to them. And there was no threat on their back line at all until the 96th minute.
They also brought in fresh legs too, and all those are great, fair points. And Gordon Grola, I think that's how I say it. The next 2 weeks will be huge on the training ground. The next league game will be huge. Hip Karma for those next couple weeks, right? Parkinson has a job to get, and listen, we might not be done with the signings yet. And by the way, Brian, we're gonna get your origin story too when you come out in a second. Just FYI, Hip Karma, what's he gonna do in these next 2 weeks to get these players involved and getting the process of bringing everyone in?
From a mental perspective, I think he's going to be working to be bringing them into the team. He's already, clearly they've both been sold on the quote unquote project, and they already have some linkages in the team. That whole 6 degrees aspect, it's J-Rod who has experience with both Macca, Foster, and who else? There was someone else he knows on the team.
George Evans.
So Georgie. So there is the beginnings of that integration, but that integration into working not just on the pitch, but integrating into the team and the culture and the community, that's what's got to be focused on in this time. I think their commitment, both of the players and Longman as well, their commitment to doing so by just diving in within 36 hours and trying to give the best that they could is indicative of the way that they are going to embrace. And it's just spending that time on and off the pitch that's going to help create that difference, because you've heard the players say before, and Lee just emphasized it again, that it's the team and what people will give for the team. So yeah, I think that's what the focus is going to be, and it's my hope that someone like J-Rod brings the kind of commitment, even like 90% of the kind of commitment he would have had for Burnley to us, because he is a Burnley lad. That's where he was born and raised, and did over 300 games. If we can get him to buy into Wrexham and commit to Wrexham with even 90% of that, we've got someone who is special. And the possibility of exposing like Mo Farl to that, and Sam Smith to just what's done at higher levels, because Sam Smith is an excellent performer at League One, but has never been picked up for Championship. In the same way that Fletcher brings that extra experience and technique and class, I am really looking forward to what J-Rod will bring to the team on multiple levels. So I think at the end of the day, it's their enthusiasm and their willingness to integrate into the team that's going to be critical, and the amount of welcome that the team gives. Now, it's my belief that 98% of that team is going to welcome him, both of them, with open arms, or all three. I keep thinking of Lomgan as having been here for longer because he's already played like 10 minutes of one game. It's so dynamic, the transfer window. It's so dynamic.
I know.
But
I know. Wait for the yellow tie on Monday, by the way.
I'm looking forward to it, gentlemen. The yellow ties.
The yellow ties. Don't you know what? Don't know about you guys, but I'm exhausted. Techie, we are exhausted. And Eat More Chips podcast, go out and check that out, dude. He went down there. I saw the flag. Awesome. But Wayne also says, I don't get it either, question mark. We're blitzing them. They're in shock. We back off. They stay in the game. And then when we need to, we get another goal in 5 minutes. Why just blitz the whole game? I think that's kind of what Aaron was saying, but I don't know if we can keep out that energy. I think Parkinson I think we're going through a transition. I think we're going through a transition of how he's going to play. Just my feeling. That's just my feeling. Bruce, who's got good knowledge here, and it was clear when Merritt came on that the communication in the press was there. When Smith and Rodriguez know when and how to bring the midfield to the press, it will be harder on the opponents. I think we might change the style of the play. I love this is going to grow for sure. Absolutely. Brian, pass back to you real quick. Anyone to pull up in there? And also, you got to get the origin story. Where you watched it from? How'd you find the channel? And Wrexham. And do you agree that Aaron and O'Connell has a false narrative with O'Connell?
Passing it off to me.
Oh yeah. Oh, you have a delay.
Well, I started watching the show with you guys some time ago. I mean, it's been a while. Haven't been a member, but just recently membered up. And as far as commentary and just the community goes, especially since Wrexham has kind of become more of an international type team, trying to build that up here in the States, it's nice to come in and have a community that you can watch it with. We got pubs in Oklahoma City, but I can't really go down and be like, find a whole bunch of Wrexham fans, maybe some Premier League type teams, but that's about it. And then about O'Connell, man, when we're talking about some of this original team, it's hard. Like with Palmer, I'm a huge Palmer fan. I mean, he's kind of like the average Joe guy that you want to root for, because he was a contractor while he was in the National League or something like that, and you just root for these guys. Yeah, wasn't he doing some like side work or something like that?
Well, he was doing side work, all right.
Yeah. So I mean, you want to root for the everyman, but with it was EOC that we're talking about, right? I think he's just hitting the ceiling. I mean, I've got a lot of love for him and him bringing us up here, but once we hit that championship level, do I think that we should get rid of him completely? I don't know. I mean, I don't know how much we have on the back end as far as cover. And the defenders, I mean, obviously we're good up on the front. I mean, we've got like what, 17 strikers. We're up there with Chelsea at this point.
Yeah.
But as far as with our midfield, I mean, we I would say that he's leaning more towards a practice squad guy to maybe kind of rotate on the bench as the season goes for injuries, that kind of stuff. I think he's got the rest of this season. It would be nice to fill that position, but I think that we really needed that leadership. I mean, I love Mullen, but he's just injury prone, and at this point, I can't trust him to stay healthy. I think that he's got the yips, scared of getting hurt, and that's just causing him to get hurt. But as far as EOC goes, I'd like to see him stay with the team at least on the practice squad through the championship if we go up. But as far as him staying a main guy, I mean that's definitely the next spot that if I was Parky, that I would be looking for someone, to increase that defense for sure.
Well, we're happy to have you in the community. It's good. We've been in the chat a while. Oklahoma City, you said?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Well, good to have you in. It's good debut, by the way. Awesome. Good to have you in.
You.
Sorry, I made a bad joke. I apologize about the side work. Sorry.
You did.
I did. But I mean, sometimes the door was left open, though, right? I don't know. Right? No? Yes?
Just because a door is open, Josh.
Okay. But okay, there you go. Brian,
Sean Bartlett Evans.
you gotta take that. I'll let you defend that one. How's that, Brian?
What was that?
I'll let you. You can't. Can you not see the chat?
Yeah, we're talking about Palmer.
Yeah,
I like Palmer. I mean, it's only been a couple of years. I mean, you got to remember where we were and the chemistry that him and Mullen had. And, Palmer is a brute. Yeah, he's not, going to be making, 15 goals for us a year. But I love the man. He's brought this team up. I think that he's earned our respect. And I think that he has fallen off this year. And I think that he is also at his ceiling. And we're in you're right. We're at that transition phase. And I can understand Parky on that. It's just irks me because I see the speed on the field and it's working, and I'm just like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it kind of person,
Exactly.
So, but as far as Palmer goes, I mean, I'm always going to be a fan, and he's put his body out for this team just like Mullen has, and really, they all deserve statues in that town. They really all do. I mean, what they've done to come in and build them up is just it's unbelievable.
That's a great shout. That's a really good shout. And also good debut, by the way. You're not easy to come on. I get it, man. Unless you do this normally, we don't know. By the way, what was that? What are you drinking there? What is that? Where's that from? Where's that from? Yeah, Taco Casa. I love it. Love it. Anything we missed? It was great. It's a great show, by the way. I love it. It's a great show. And Hip Karma always bring the calmness, by the way. Always bring the calmness. I love it.
I try.
You try. Yeah. Aaron, Hip Karma, anything else want to add to it? It's been an hour, which is fun. It's been a great long day, by the way. We did 7 hours of stuff here today. It's been a fun day.
Yeah, quite a bit of stuff.
Yeah.
I'm just excited to see where we're going next. I have faith that and we still have 48 hours left in the transfer window.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Do you think we'll do any more business, Hip Karma?
I wouldn't be surprised if something else snuck in. I won't be disappointed if there isn't. I wouldn't be surprised if there was, just because of what Rob said to you.
Yeah, last 3 hours.
And our previous form. Previous form. Unless J-Rod got completed faster than we expected.
Yeah.
I'm thinking there might be one more thing sneaking in. And the other thing I'd like to say just before we go, as an observation on the match and the changes in tempo, all the strikers could do was follow the rest of the team at that point. So if the team is in, as Kelly Davidson noted, in their older patterns and falling back into those patterns, all these new strikers can do at in this first game is follow their lead.
Mhm.
They're not going to just dash out because they don't know what the go is.
Yeah.
So I think again, more grace to the strikers who were awesome. But that's my observation. I'm excited. Thank you for highlighting that there's essentially 2 weeks that they've
Mhm.
got now to just embed. And I think
Yeah.
that's what they're going to focus on, embedding
I agree.
them.
I agree. Are you going to join us on Monday at Yellow Tie? Pop in and say hi. We're going to do a long show, so you got to come in.
Depends on what the time is, honestly, because Tuesdays it'll be a Tuesday morning for me, and I'm normally in the office on a Tuesday. So I will drop in as I can.
Mhm.
Sounds like an excuse to me.
Oh,
Yeah,
dear.
that's it. That's it. I'm such a wuss. I just never show up and tell people what I really think.
Listen, Aaron's shots fired all day. He was at me all day. But no, Tuesday we have a game. Monday we're doing a show, a transfer window show. It'll be fun. Just a hangout. It's gonna be a total hangout session. Brian, I'll give you a final word to you. Great debut. Good to come in. Happy to have you in. Always welcome back, as you know, my friend. As you know. What's your
Final
last
word
word
for me? Yeah, final word for me. Going into the training, I'm super excited to see what this team's going to look like in 2 weeks. Just thinking about how some teams will bring in, like if you're in college, they'll bring in, some minor league players or if they can manage to get like a major league player in and just compete, So I would be excited to see what those practices look like to elevate the level of play at the practices, as now that there is people fighting for their spots.
Yes.
I think that competitiveness in these professionals that we've come to love is going to be elevated so much more. And I think that's going to be good. I think it's going to be good for the club. And I'm not worried at all for our new acquisitions. I think that the town is going to completely adopt them into the culture. And the amount of love that people have for this club doesn't matter if you were playing for a derby. I mean, they're going to welcome you in with open arms. They want you to love the town. They want you to love the club as much as they do. And I think in 2 weeks we're going to look back at this game and be like, holy crap! Like, it wasn't. The last 2, 3, 4 months we've been screaming into the sky for changes.
I
And
haven't.
I don't think this team is going to even look the same in 2 weeks. I think it's going to be a completely different look, and we're going to finish out this season with so much more confidence. I really do. And that's my final word. I wish I could sit in on the practices for the next 2 weeks.
I think you would too. You want to bombshell out before, or you want to Aaron? Aaron's got last words, and then we'll get out of here.
Oh, I just don't think it's a coincidence that O'Connell's back in the team. We'll get a win. Just thought that's my last word.
Shots fired.
Shots are so fired right there. I love you, Aaron.
Shoot, I know. I know you do.
Thanks for coming in. It's been a great show. Wrexham Reaction. We had a full day. The build-up show, the live watch along with the great stats from Sasha, the extra time, all the good call-ins. Hip Karma, Brian making his debut today. Aaron just rent-free in everyone's head. But listen, throwing down the gauntlet. And thank you. Please smash a like on the way out and subscribe. Here we go. Brian, you got to say it. Let us out. You're the new guy. Your debut.
What you want me to say?
Oh,
let's go.
Bombshells, Brian. Bombshells.
Bombshells.
All right. And I'll do it. All right.
I'll
Next
do
time.
it.
You go, Hip Karma. Go.
And on that bombshell,
We'll see y'all soon.